One thing I'm thinking about is just when students are talking to law schools, and law schools themselves don't even really know what's going to happen this fall, and they can't really make any promises. Can applicants really push them to make any guarantees? Or is it more just a sort of situation where you put down your deposit and what you get is what you get? It's really at their discretion based on what they're able to provide at the time.
What would you want them to guarantee?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think that's going to vary from applicant to applicant, but maybe there's one applicant I've been in touch with a lot about this where due to a personal health situation, he didn't want to attend in person because of pre-existing conditions. He wanted to know that the online option would be guaranteed to him. And they were saying, we don't really know what we're going to be able to do if we can get that together in time, especially because the ABA has some requirements about how many credits have to be in person versus online.
Right.
So that becomes kind of tricky to navigate for them.
That's very tough. I don't know what I would tell that person to wait. Are you of the same mind, or have you?
Well, ultimately, the school, I kind of shamed the school a little bit online about this because they were saying we're going to keep the deposit and make no guarantees. And I was like, that could be an ADA violation if you're not honoring the person's medical situation.
That's correct.
They ultimately did come back and they said, actually, we will give the applicant, we'll make it right for them. We'll figure it out. They will be able to do at least first semester online. We'll give the appropriate accommodations in that specific situation. But I can imagine a lot of folks are like, do I want to travel halfway across the country if that state is open, but I personally don't feel comfortable?
I mean, it would even be tough for me. Do I want to go to school where all school's online? I mean, I'm a people person. I'm an extrovert. I want to get out there. And I think a question you haven't asked that I wanted to address is, let's say that law school is, let's say for the next 2 years, it's all online. This makes the skills that I talk about in the book. And by the way, these skills are not like, I have no trade secrets. They're not like rocket science. They're really, really, really easy things you can do, but it makes them even more important. If you're already in an isolated situation, you're going to need to get out there and muck it up with these practicing attorneys more than ever, because I went to law school and there was a lot of social interactions. And so we had, parties and everything like that. But if you go to law school in an age of COVID where you're doing all these online classes, if the tendency is it's going to be to hole up in your library or in your bedroom and never come out, and you really need to get out there. You really need to get out to the county courthouses to meet the lawyers, to go to the law firms, to go to the events. And so I think it even takes on a more it's of much more importance to know how to make connections, how to make opportunities, and how to find a job you really want to do.
Yeah, that's certainly true. Yeah, as you said, geography matters less. Taking the initiative matters a lot more. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.